guys, today we're going to do a Christmas look. And first I'm going to start off by using this Hydro Boost by Neutrogena. I don't know if you can see it. So we're going to take it and open it. And then I'm going to apply it here. And then rub it in and then to here, on the cheek. And then the other cheek. And be careful not to get it in your eye because it will burn. And my chin. And then my eyelids, I do it lightly just because it helps rub it all in. And then next I take a sponge and then I take the micellar water and put it in here because it's easier, and then damp it. And then I'm gonna do foundation. So I take that, and then I do this and dab it. Oh, I might need more on this one. And then I take it and then just rub it in and pat it. The chin. And then do it on the chin. And then next I'm gonna take my concealer. Oops, my concealer. And then I could either put dots or I could do this too, works as well. Whatever works for you. And then I put a little here and here. And then I put it here. Just to make your face like your and her like pop a little bit. And then I take another sponge so I don't mix it together. But you can see it's a used one. Damp it and then pat it. And I do this see on the lips a little bit. And then get a little bit more. And then pat it. And then take it and rub it up in the eyelids. I get it in the creases. You can see the difference a little bit. And I get it in the eye. Then do the forehead. Might do a bit more. And then damp the other side. And switch hands so it's easier. And pat it. And I just do the other eyelid. And then do my nose. Get it all in there. And then do this nose, under the nose. And then there you go. And then next we're going to do the CoverGirl, the Clearing Fresh Transition Powder. And then this comes inside of it, but it was already out, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to use a little bit because it's really bright. And then do the ender to make it pop. Then do a little bit more. And then do the other side. And then I'm going to set it a little bit. So I'm going to do this. So next I do a blush, it's a liquid blush, but you can do it either way. I do it vice versa. I could either do blush first and then translucent powder, but I find that works for me to use translucent and cover, or I would use concealer and then do the blush and then the translucent, but I find that for me that it's less pigmented if I do the concealer and then translucent and then this. But I do it back and forth whatever way I decide to do it that day for the look. So I'm gonna do this, and then do the corner, and then dots, corner, and then the dots. And this little hair is curly today, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna take the end of this and then do this again, and then moisturize it and damp it, and then bring it down a little bit. Do this. I'm gonna do the other side. Oops. And I try to put it down a little bit and then I'll fix it towards the end. And I'll fix it. And for the blush, I use the YC collection, and it's the watermelon one that I used. And if you use the blush, I use a liquid one preferably. But if you use the powder one, you could also use the brush for it and just pat it in, which I do vice versa depending on what look I'm going for the day. But this is what I started with, but I learned how to do it in the first place, and then I just patted it. And I also learned that using sponges on the face, for me, is easier, and that helps pat it and smooth it a little bit better. But you can use brushes for anything, by all means. Do works for you. And then this is just a dollar store, $1.25 water bottle sprayer thing from the store, and I just put Marcellus water in it to damp my sponges so it helps smooth it. And I've also learned that using Marcellus water a little bit with like eyeshadows, and you can make eyeliners with it and it lasts a while and then until you wash it off. When it helps with your face, it helps smooth it out. Like I said, it helps so much with the makeup. So do what works for you. And then these are the ones I normally mostly use for eyes. There's the flattened one, which is hard to see because I kind of used it the other day. And it's a flat one, and you can use a corner of it to smooth it out. There's a round one that I use to apply, which I'll show you. It's easier to apply it and pat it down and then blend it out. This one is also really well with feathering, like a blending brush, if you want to get up here and blend it out. And there's a really fun one that I love using, is this one. It's kind of flat but fluffy at the same time, so it helps smooth it out as well. So use what works for you. And then I'm going to use this palette, which I'll put all my products that I've used in the end. I'm going to use this palette and then take the fluffy padding around one. And then I'm going to do the green. So I'm going to put it in there and pat it. Then I'm going to take it and then I try to turn it upside down so it's not like touching the makeup with my finger. And then pat it on the outer angle. And then I try to make an outline for my eyeliner. So I try to do this, I pat it, and then blend it out a little bit. And then go back in there. And then get it darker a little bit. And then try to look in the mirror so it helps a little bit. And then we do one eye green and the other red. So I can do one and then one. So I'm gonna do this. I try to get darker so it's easier to blend out towards the end. And I take this. I just bought this at, it's Edgy, it's EDJE Beauty, and it's a shadow switch makeup brush cleaner, which I love this thing. I have to clean it out because I use it all the time. But it just comes out and you clean the sponge and rinse this out and use it again. And you just take it and you literally blend it and then get the color off. And then you can wash it out later on when you're done. But I'm gonna go back in and do the red. And minus, I just spilled some of the stuff on there, so I have to clean it. But I'm gonna go in with the red, just make sure it's not the orange one, and then do the red. I'm gonna take it and then do the same and just pat it. And this one I'm gonna go up higher. Like my brow's a little messed up on the side, so I'm gonna go up a little bit because there's like a fold here. That one's not as folded, but it's like a kind of a hooded eye. So I'm gonna go up a little bit and blend it out so I can get that. And then go down here. Pat it so I get that shape, and then get back. I'm gonna look in my mirror so it's easier. I'll blend it a little bit. It's a little bit different because I got it again, but I'll do this a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my other one, which would it go? The feather brush one. I call it the feather because that's what I've been used to. And I'm just gonna take it and try to blend it out so it looks smoother. This one definitely takes a lot of practice. Which I'm gonna do this. Which I still am learning how to do this, so it does take some time to learn. And then I'm just gonna go like this and blend it out a little bit. You can kind of see it a little bit. Which I'm gonna go back in and do more color anyways. My hair's a little staticky today, so I apologize. And then do this with this one. And then just take it in circular motion so it's easier, and then go back and forth. You can see it a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a little bit color just to add it in here a little bit. Yeah, look down just to get in the folds a little bit. So there's that so far. And then I normally take the flat one and go back in and then do this just to make sure I got all of it off from the last time I used it. And then I use the concealer, which I have a white concealer, which I really don't prefer that for the look today. So I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand so I'm not using as much. And then I'm gonna take the brush and then go in and then just do that. I'm gonna do that, which I'm gonna get it all over the brush just in case. And then do like a cut crease, which this is a lot of practice for me. Which I started off normal colors, but I'm gonna do this, which I may need some more on there. more color, or concealer, sorry, and then just blend it out a little bit. There's a little bit right there, so I'm gonna do that. And then you see how it's like a straight line down almost, so there you go. See that? And then I'm gonna take more color and put it on, and then blend it out on the line so it's not as harsh. Which I'm gonna do that one first, and then let it dry a little bit while I'm putting more color on it. And then get the green on it again, pat it in, and then just blend like this, and then kind of see it. And do that a little bit. Make it a little bit. Bring it up a little bit so it's more color so you can see it better. And then for the inner corner, or the cut crease I should say, I'm going to do like a white glitterish color. So I'm going to take the brush back and do it again on the other eye. Well, this one's dry, I'm going to do the other eye. And I do it on my hands, it's so much easier. Then go back in. Then use the mirror. Definitely use the mirror, works a lot better. Blank just so it's not. Do a line down just so I know when to stop. And then I normally bring it up just a little bit more. That one's a little bit better than this one. I'm gonna do this one again. There you go. It's hard to get them perfect, so sometimes my eyes are a little bit off, so don't get upset if it's off a little bit. Then I go back in with my other brush where I put it right here, and then put off the green. And then I'm going with the red again. And dab it in there. And I know it's bright right now, but I'll fix it. And then I'm just gonna do that. And blend it out a little bit. Kind of blend it out a little bit. Get the feather brush out a little bit. So I can get it off a little bit. And then we'll take the flat one again. And then I'm just going to use this to wipe it off, which I'll clean this later anyways. So I know I use this only for eyeshadow, because it's an eyeshadow palette, but I do use it when I'm ready to clean it with the eye concealer and stuff. So then we get palette out. There's glitters in the bomb that I could use, but I'm going to use this other palette if I can get it out for a minute. Which I broke off the thing by accident, the mirror. So I still use it, but I'm going to go in with the white so I can get a flat base and then pat it down, and then on top of it I might do some glitter, but I'm not possibly sure yet. So I put that over there, and I'm going to take the flat brush that I use for concealer. Most it doesn't matter. I'll use this one because it's easier to use too. And just go in and then just do the white. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it works so well. And then try to get it in the corner. Go back in and do the red side. So I might need more for this one. Bring it up a little bit. Do that so you can see what I'm doing. And there you go. And then bring it out a little bit just to smooth it out a little bit. And then I'm gonna clean it off again. And then I do have eyeliner, liquid pen. And then this is my brow pen, which I love this thing. Like I said, I'll put everything I use at the end just in case I did miss it or I didn't say what I was using. So then I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do the glitter, I think. So I'm not sure. Let me see if I glitter. Or you know what? I'm gonna use this. This is a new trend I just learned. So let me use this one. This is highlighter. I love it, which I'll do it in a minute. I'm gonna use the white highlighter and go in with my feather brush and dab it in there, and it works so good. I'll show you a close up of my eyes when I'm done, which I just blend it out a little bit and dab it in there. Here. And there's a little spot that I missed, so I gonna fill it the best I could. And this is the best cut crease I can do right now because I'm still learning that too. So I'm gonna go in with my brow pen, and then I'll show you in a minute. If it, there you go. That's a flat, and then you can do it on the angle too, which I'm still working on learning how to do brows. So I normally just do this and then outline it, and then just do this. There's like an arch kind of. You can kind of see it, like a stroke with the different hair strokes. And I normally just outline it if it's easier for me. And just do. Oops, I almost broke it. So do it different. And I missed a spot, so I'm just gonna go back through it. Or I'd only take my finger just to make sure I missed it. I'll do this one. I missed this one a little bit, so let me go back in. A little bit off, that's alright. Fix this a little bit. And then I'm gonna fix that a little bit. I'm gonna put this back. And then I normally just take my concealer to make sure I fix them a little bit. Don't want to do this a little bit. And then just do that a little bit so I can fix it. Bring it down just. Then move it out a little bit. My brows are kind of off a little bit today, which is fine. So I'm not really going anywhere, so I fix it just in case. There they go. They're a little bit better. So we'll put the cap on that. Which next I'm going to go in with my eyeliner brush. And then just start at the bottom of my, like the top of my lashes. And then do it out. And then do inner. Spot. And then just fix this a little bit. Make sure I get it all. Shoot. I'll just leave that there. It's not that big of a deal. I'll fix this one. Make sure they're even a little bit. Bring it a little bit more. Like I said, sometimes they're not always perfect. I just go with it. So there's them, the top and down. And then sometimes I like to do the Christmas hat or whatever, but I'm gonna wait till it gets closer to do the tutorial on that one. So, like I said, I'll put all the products and stuff I use in the ending before this outro. So I put all those in there for you guys. And I will, if you want, comment below, I will also tell you where I got them from and the prices that I got them for, if I can remember them. But I can send you to like Walmart or whatever, to Target, whatever. They do have a lot of those stuff. So I will tell you where I got most of my stuff from and what brands of stuff I use. So I hope you liked it. Enjoy. Bye.
I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. I'm a blurry face and I, where were you? I'm a blurry face